You're watching NurseTV.com.
An Emmy-nominated soap star, Amy Gibson once played prominent roles in The Young and the Restless and General Hospital. But during her decade-long stint in the daytime limelight, Gibson was battling a personal demon. It wasn't drugs or alcohol. It was alopecia, an immune disorder that causes hair loss.
I was brought up that if you take a brush and you brush your hair 100 times a day and flip your hair over, that your blood will reach the follicle and you'll always have a healthy head of hair.
Gibson began losing her hair at age 13. Doctors tried cortisone shots, but those were just a quick fix. This disorder has no treatment. Baldness was inevitable. Devastating news for a teenager.
The first thing I thought was I had leprosy. And then I went into a spin and emotions. I mean, 13 and a half years old. You know, it's not too easy to just kind of take it as it comes, right? And then I went to several dermatologists, and at that time, nobody really knew about alopecia. And alopecia is an immune disorder that affects 5 million people a year, men, women, and children.
For nearly 2 decades, Gibson kept her fight a secret. She was never seen without a wig. In fact, she dated one man for more than 2 years and never revealed the struggle. She feared telling her boyfriend would end the relationship. Only a couple of colleagues knew she was bald. So shortly after her soap career, Amy was offered a job to host a radio show called Heads Up. The content, women dealing with baldness. And it was an on-air moment that changed her life forever.
The very first show, I thought I'd be so cool. And I remember saying, hey, welcome to Heads Up, the first show in the country to target female hair loss. We're going to target health and beauty and Hollywood and humor. And, you know, there are 35 million women dealing with hair loss. And the reason why I went, you know, really am doing the show is because I could not say bald. I could not say I lost my hair. And she's like this, and it was dead air. Because and I just kind of, bleh. And after that, and it was really emotional. It was really hard.
You were wearing a wig on the air at this point.
I was wearing a wig on the air, absolutely, on radio. Yeah, I would always in public, right? And then when the show was over, I cried a lot. I was real emotional, and I said, wow, I can't believe I actually let the cat out of the bag. Holy moly.
With her secret out, Amy now turned her attention to other women sharing her fight. Her company, Crown and Glory Enterprises, run out of this Los Angeles apartment, is now nearly 7 years strong. It features just about every hairstyle imaginable. The wigs are made from human hair. With state-of-the-art taping, women can do just about everything from skydiving, and yes, that's Amy jumping out of a plane, to swimming. The hair is dry in 15 minutes. The secret to a good wig, according to Gibson, it should move, and...
Now, if you could see through it, you can breathe through it. If you can't see through it, walk out of the store. It's going to be too heavy on your head. Okay? So that's another secret to a good wig.
And since coming forward, she now answers some 500 emails a month and was at one time the alopecia consultant for WebMD, one of the groups that leans on her expertise and compassion, nurses.
Here's what's difficult for nurses. Whether it be a nurse that's just come on or somebody that's been working for a long time in the hospitals or even in the oncologist office. You don't go to school for this stuff. No one teaches you about hair loss in college, and even on the job, until you get on there. And so the first woman comes to you is emotional, facing her own mortality, worried about losing her lover, her kids, whatever is going on with her, and then she has to say to you, and by the way, what do I do with this hair? You know, a nurse is overwhelmed, and most of the time they're so grateful to see me, and some of my closest friends are the front office nurses. Nurses, what I think the difficulty that they need to understand is, you're going to lose your hair. Here's the deal. You got to know up front. Here's the deal. It's going to grow back. Here's the deal. It may not grow back exactly like it was before. It may be straight. It may come back curly. It may come back a different color. It may take a little while, but you know what? This hair loss is a little temporary. Okay? It's not permanent. The first thing that's really important for them to do is calm the patient that it's not forever. One of the most wonderful things a nurse can say to somebody is, listen, I'm going to get one of the hairstylists over here, and we're going to get your hair buzzed. Or I suggest you go to this hairstylist and let's get it cut so it's not falling everywhere, so you're not going through the emotional turmoil that's going to happen. And that way, you put a wig right on before it all falls out.
Marie Jacobs was also diagnosed with alopecia as a teenager. Dealing with it was devastating at times for Jacobs. Now 39, Marie has been a client here for more than 2 years. Her self-image, thanks in part to Gibson, has never been higher.
Your hair is your crown and glory. You put that on, it's the last thing everybody does, whether you're a man or if you're a woman. And so I think it adds a tremendous amount of confidence. I mean, when you look good and you feel good, and what you do on a regular basis to brush your hair or to wash your hair. If I wanted to stand up in the shower and wash this and just blow it dry, I could do that.
For more information on Gibson's company, go to crownandgloryenterprises.com. For Nurse TV, I'm Mark Prescott.
For more stories about nurses, go to NurseTV.com.